Hey everybody, it's Mrs. C again, and we are jumping right into an evaluate video. So then the last video I made was to simplify an expression. Now it's important to talk about evaluating an expression, and they look something like this. They give you an expression and say evaluate for x is equal to 3. So a lot of you, because you're just so good at this kind of stuff, you jump right into evaluating. You know what evaluate means. It means to take the value that you're given, in this case, what is it? Yeah, x is equal to 3, and you plug that bad boy into every place you see an x. Something like this. Maybe you put parentheses around it. I don't know how you roll, but something to that effect. And then you diligently come down here. You do the 3 times the 3 plus the 4. A lot of writing, isn't it? It's just a lot of tedious. But you should try it with a stylus if you think it's tedious with a pencil. And then you do this, and then you go and you do the work, right? You do the 3 times 3 is 9. Don't say 6. 9 plus 4. And then you keep bringing it down, because that's what everybody told you. You're supposed to bring your work down. And then you get here, and then you do the 2 times the 3 is 6. Minus the 5, and you keep bringing it down, right? The 9 plus 4 is 13. OMG, I've got to do 2 times 13. And then 6 times what? 6 minus 5, 1. Okay, and then I'm going to come over to the side, please, because I'm running out of space, you can see. 2 times 13, what's double 13? 26. Minus, what's 6 times 1? 6. What's 20 minus 6? It's 20. Oh, my gosh, people. I got the answer 20. Then there's this little question mark in the back of my head. I went so fast, did I do it wrong? Don't know. Don't know. That's why we have graphing calculators. We could actually plug that bad boy in, and we're going to be learning how to do it. If you have a graphing calculator at home, you have the ability to have an answer key at your disposal all the time. That's why I do recommend that you have a graphing calculator, but as we've said in class and I've said on my website, they're expensive, so you want the luxury of being able to just have the answer at the tip of your fingers. You got to pay for that luxury. So unfortunately, they're not free. Luxury is luxury because it... Whoopsie, hit the pause button, so hopefully you didn't miss too much of what I said. Now I'm just trying to go back here a little bit and erase this, because we jumped right in, right? I was kind of showing what I've seen you guys do all the time. I would never have approached that problem doing what I just did, because there's a reason. I had a video prior to this one called Simplifying Expressions, because simplifying makes my life more simple. It reduces the amount of work that I have to do, and I'm going to prove it to you, I think, right now. Instead of plugging the value of 3 in for these x's and working the work out, I'm going to simplify if possible. And I can definitely simplify because we just did a video on distributive property. So let me just real quick, where's my eraser? Let me just get rid of this direction. We know x is equal to 3, right? Not going to forget. And then we'll do this. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 4 is 8. If you don't know what I'm doing, you should watch the video before this. Negative 6 and a 2x is a negative 12x. And then we've got a positive 30. Negative times a negative positive, right? Okay. Combining like terms, we have 6x and a negative 12x. The different sign, find the difference sign of the higher number. So that should be a negative 6x. And then 8 and 30 is 38. Oh, that was easy. Do you remember that x was equal to 3? Okay. X is still equal to 3. I just want you to get that. I want you to understand something that's very clear, but only clear maybe if somebody says it. X was equal to 3 up here, and x is still equal to 3 in the blue, because they're simplified forms of each other. They're the same. It's like saying 4 quarters are equal to $1, which is different. They're not. They're not different. They're the same. In one case you have 4 things, and in another case you have 1 thing. How about dimes? You have 10 things. 10 dimes equal $1. 4 quarters equal $1. $1 equals $1. 100 pennies equals $1. They're all the same. They're the same value. Same basic concept here. Do you want to work out the yellow problem and evaluate with x equal to 3, or do you want to work out the blue problem and evaluate for x is equal to 3? I prefer the less actual computation, the better in my brain, because there's less chance for mistake. So I would prefer to put the little 3 in here. See, I'm only putting one little 3 in. I'm doing negative 6 times 3 is negative 18 and a positive 38. Okay, maybe it's a downside that I have to actually subtract 18 from 38. Maybe to you that's harder math because, yes, they're double digits, and I don't know if you need to put, I don't know if you need to do this, but in the end, 20 is the value. Now, if you recall, 20 was the value in the other problem too. When we simplify, we make it more likely that we will get the right answer. It's not even about being lazy, guys. It's about working more efficiently and effectively and giving yourself less opportunity. Right here, when I did 3 times 6, less opportunity to screw up, because usually it's in the computation that we make our mistakes. I'm just saying it. Let's go to another page. Let's try another one. All right, now I just make these up, and you can make them up too. And again, if you have a graphing calculator at your disposal, you can always have an answer key. So, and again, we talk about how to create those problems in class, but I'm just trying to explain that, if you have it at home, it is a nice tool. I'm totally making these numbers up. I'm keeping it in the format that we're used to, which is a distributive property, and then either a sum or a difference of another distributive property. I always keep my numbers single digits, and I've been kind of trying to keep the leading number out here. This one is the one I'm pointing at. I've been trying to keep that one positive just because it looks cuter, but you know what? Throwing down the gauntlet, people. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm making it a negative. See how that changes things for you. All right, it doesn't change it at all. All you have to do is just sorry, I'm having an erasing issue. Use the proper rules and you're fine. All right, now this was an evaluating video, so all I have to do is tell you the value of x. X is equal to a negative 4. Now, if you do not simplify first, you're going to have to work with a negative value. More opportunity for you to screw up. You're going to have to do that math. You're going to have to combine like terms. You're going to have to multiply. Then you're going to have to combine again. It is going to be precarious. I'm warning you, especially when these guys are negatives. So what we're going to do is we're not going to do that. We're going to simplify first. Promise, I promise, I promise, you'll have a higher likelihood of getting it right. Okay. Yes, I know x is equal to negative 4, but I'm choosing to not do that yet. I'm gonna simplify first. Negative 2 times 3x is a negative 6x. That's all that changed with the 2 being negative. If the 2 had been positive, it would have been positive 6x. Negative times a positive is negative, so it's a negative 6x. So easy, right? Negative times a negative is positive, and 2 times 5 is 10. Positive 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Positive 42. Don't forget the x. And 6 times negative 4, negative 24. Okay. Combine like terms. I have a negative 6x and a positive 42. Different sign. Find the difference. I'm going to subtract them. I'll let you count on your fingers. 6 from 42. Waiting. Waiting. Do you have it yet? Okay. 36. I was just counting on my fingers to make sure I did it right. Sign of the higher number. Don't forget, when you go off and do a little sidestep of computation, subtracting 6 from 42, you have a tendency to forget the sign because you were more focused on what 6 from 42 was. So just always go back and as a double check, different sign, find the difference, sign of the higher number. It's positive. Okay, now we'll come over here. We have a 10 and a 24. Hopefully subtracting with a 10 isn't as hard as subtracting the 6 from the 42. I don't know. Sign of the higher number. I'm going to put it down first, and then 10 from 24 is, I'm waiting, am waiting, is 14. All right, now that all that work is done, we are going to now plug in the value, which of course, because I erased it, I forgot what I wrote. I believe I wrote x is equal to -4. Oh my goodness, I hope I did. If I didn't, I'm so sorry, but that's what I think I did, -4. Okay, so I have to, yes I do, I have to multiply 36 times 4. If that is hard for you to do in your head, like 30 times 4 is 120, and then 6 times 4, and do it that way, break it down, put them together, just come off to the side. 24, 12, 13, 14, 144. Okay, lots of ways to do it, but it's okay to do it this way. 144, the key issue, and you can use a calculator. I always have a calculator close to me, except when I do videos, because I like to make myself work harder, because I find that that slows me down sometimes, and it also creates me screwing up, which is good. It's good for you to see me screw up, because you're going to watch and you're going to catch it. So, I get a 144, but don't forget it was a positive times a negative. It's a negative 144, and I should have put the negative down because chances are I'm going to forget it. Why is there an X there? I think it's good that there's an X there. You guys usually do that. There is no X. Remember, the X was the -4, so I don't have an X. It's just negative 144, but I just made a mistake you guys make all the time. So don't do that. Now we have same sign sum, negative 144 and 14. We're supposed to add them together, right? Now, if you have to do that off to the side, that's fine. I'm just doing 4 and 4 is 8, 1 and 4 is 5, and then bring the 1 down. I get a negative 158. Now, I don't have another number to check it with. That's when I go to my graphing calculator. I use my stow key. I stow the value as -4, and I run that problem straight through, hit enter, and it's going to tell me negative 158. Feeling confident with it. Of course, without a graphing calculator or without a calculator, I have no way to double check, so hopefully I did. You'll tell me if I screwed up. Let's go on to another one. Now I want you to see, I'm going to just come over here, and I'm going to pull this problem. I'm going to pull these problems. Okay. This is the CUDA page you already have. Now, the directions on this page, this was the last video, excuse me. The directions are simplify, though, so you don't have evaluate, you have simplify, but you can turn any simplify into an evaluate. All you have to do is assign a value for x. It's as simple as that. So if I want to take a problem like this one, sorry about that, I must have hit a button I wasn't supposed to, so just let's go where I left off. I think I was trying to make this bigger, and in doing it I hit the wrong button. Okay, it's a little blurry, apologies, but that's what happens with this program. So I'm going to give a value to m. I'm going to make it up. I'm going to say that the value of m is 2. And now, what I need to do, if I don't have a graphing calculator, is it's going to take a little bit of time. You need to evaluate it the other way, the way I told you not to, and then you need to evaluate it with the simplifying way, and those two ways should match. If you have a graphing calculator, that's the easiest. Stow the value of x, or m, if you want to use your alpha key, as 2, and then just type that problem and hit enter, and you should get the same value you get when you evaluate. So what we're going to do, because I'm going to work really slowly and carefully and not screw up. I'm going to distribute. I know it's a little blurry. It's because I'm zoomed in. So sorry about that. Let me try something. You are seeing something for the first time ever. A teacher copying a problem. Okay, now I'm supposed to be able to capture this. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Let me try and capture this. Let's see if this works. See. All right. Copy. Let me go and let's see if this works. Paste. And done. And nothing happened. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? All right. So, I'm just going to get rid of it. And you're going to deal with the blur. Okay. So, we have a negative 9 times 6m is a negative 54m. Negative 9 times a negative 3 is a positive 27. Now we're going to do these. We get a positive 6 and we get a positive 24. Now, what do we need to do? We need to combine like terms. I'm looking for my other letter. Where's my other letter? Do you see my mistake? I'm looking. I'm going to go try and combine this one with another one, and I don't see it. Here it is. I forgot. 6 times 4m is 24m. Now I need to combine 54 and 24. You can go off to your calculator. You could do it in your head. I actually say use a calculator so you don't screw this up. Sign it a higher number. It's going to be negative. 4 from 4 is 0, and 2 from 5 is 30. So this 3, excuse me. So it's 30m. And now I've got to combine a 27 and a 6. Oh, thank you. I get to add. Same sign, sum. So 6 times 12, 13. So that's going to be 33. Okay, just doing a double check in math. And then remember, m is equal to 2. So negative 30 times 2 is a negative 60. No m anymore because I substituted the m for 2. So now I have a negative 60 plus 33. Excuse me, plus 33. And if I subtract, I take 30 from 60, I get 30, but 3 more off, 27. And I get a negative 27. Wow, I did a lot of that in my head. So you definitely, I want you to look over it, make sure I didn't screw up. If I did, you're going to totally tell me when we get back to class so I can adjust the video. Okay, I just paused it because I wanted to double check my math. I don't like operating here without having a backup system of checking with the calculator, so I don't see a mistake. So I'm feeling fairly confident, but I've been looking forward to using that YouTube option where I can make the little edit bubble and I can say, sorry, this is the wrong answer. So the time is coming when I'm going to post a video and have a mistake and have to fix it. So hopefully when I do screw up, you'll catch me, and then I'll be able to do it before millions and millions of people view my videos with mistakes. All right, so there we have it. I'm under 20 minutes, which is what I like to do. Practice with evaluating. Now, this is just evaluating one type of problem, and it's evaluating the most commonly used and most, I think, important type of expression. We will have other types of expressions to evaluate, and there is practice for those in class where we have absolute value and all other kinds of different types of expressions with exponents that we can use. But for now, this should work. This should be enough to get you started. Hope you enjoyed the video. With whatever questions you have, remember you need to complete that video log every time you watch a video. This is one of the ways we find out if I made a mistake, because you'll go off, you'll do it on your own, and you won't have the same answer. You write that down in the extension at the bottom of your video log and you bring it to class. So I guess we're done here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to see you on the flip side.